And we are live. Doop, 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 doop. Boom, blow. Boom, blow. That's
I
hot.
gotta get a new phone, dog.
It's hot. And I'm
One of my phones is cracked, and I'm not getting a new one. I'm not. I'm really not. It's gonna have to stop working and shut down, before I get a new one.
well, alrighty then.
Well, I can't get no
Oh,
phone.
yeah, we're live.
Yeah, we are live. We'll go ahead and start the show. And I always got to do my little. It's kind of corny, but I have to do it. Welcome back to another POD broadcast. I am your brother Mordeeb, with my co-host DCR and Jay, Sister J. What you say? What you say? Nah.
Today.
But yeah,
It's a good
welcome
day.
back to another show. How's
Thank you.
everybody? I'm in good spirits. For whatever reason, I'm in good spirits.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Need to
But,
blow
good
some
for
of that
you,
this
sir.
way.
it's coming. Y'all doing good? What's up? How's the weather where y'all at? I'm in Atlanta. It's
Man, F the weather,
wave
man.
outside.
Pot
F
just
the
had a
weather.
whole
That's all I gotta
conversation
say.
with me about that.
It must be hot then. Gotta be
No,
hot.
just F the weather, man. You know what? I'm just tired of it. I can't wait for the fall, man. This weather could just bend over
I
me,
can't
man.
wait for the fall too.
Damn.
But I
It's-
understand it's supposed to be really hot. It's supposed to be just as hot in the fall.
Yeah, no. Don't tell me. Wait. That's where you at, right? Now where I'm at. You in the hot region anyway. I ain't trying to hear that. I'm not trying
Hey,
to. You're not gonna
fall
ruin
is-
my future.
Fall is
Fall
gonna
is
show
going to be
up
warmer than
in
normal.
Jersey, and it's gonna be warm and hot. You're gonna be mad.
I just heard that today.
It's all good, man. You know what that
Why
means,
not?
though? It's gonna rain.
No,
a
it
lot
don't.
in
It mean
Jersey.
that the sun don't suck the life out of us, man.
Nah, the sun
You
is
know,
giving us life.
No. I'm gonna tell you something about the sun, man. The sun, from what the sun shows me,
We are
it
the
feeds
sun.
the earth to feed us. But to us, the sun will destroy us, dog. The sun ain't got no fucking
Well, I mean,
no fucking
you can-
remorse for us, man.
you have to respect the elements, man. That's all I gotta say. Respect the
Ain't got no
elements.
remorse for us, man. That shit
And,
don't give me no energy. That shit
should
suck
be
every
good.
dime of my power out of me, man.
You'll be all right, bro.
It does feel like that though.
They do that. I don't care if nobody say the sun sucks energy out of you. During the process of the summer sucks energy out of you because it's beating the shit out of you, and at the same time, it's feeding the planet. It's a cycle.
Well, I say it again. You have to respect
Respect.
the elements. If you cannot handle a lot of sun, then you need not be in it, or you need to fucking move someplace where it's cold. That's respect.
No, it's not the point that I can't handle the sun.
What is
There's
it?
no problem with that.
What is it then,
It's
son?
the problem that I don't like heat, motherfucker. It's just like it drains
sun
you,
is
makes
hot.
you sweat. It makes you sweat. It makes
Anyway.
you feel fucking yucky. It's disgusting unless you butt ass naked running around in Bahamas somewhere under
And
some
you'd still be
fucking Hawaiian
naked,
pine.
and you'd still be hot.
It'll still be hot, but hey, you'll be all right. But anyway,
Well,
we'll
at least
have a
I'll
good
be
show.
cold by the water.
You'll be all right. Winter might not even come. I hope it don't.
Man,
Just because.
Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna have a good show today. Hope everybody's in good spirits wherever y'all at in digital world and everybody's watching. But welcome back to the show. Got a very
You need to
interesting
blow
topic.
some of your good air over here. Pot, you
Some of
need
my-
some too.
Pots
Look at
are,
Pot's face. Look at Pot's face.
but yeah, everybody's watching the digital world. We got a good show today. Hope everybody's in good standing with whatever they got going on.
Spirits.
Yeah. Today's topic, we're gonna talk about sex. The elephant in the room.
Intercourse.
This is right up
Yeah.
Pot's alley.
Prophylactics.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about from a personal perspective. We're gonna give our views on some of the do's, some of the don'ts,
my
some of the things we
look
like.
at Pot.
So forth and so on. We are not saying that it's our way, but we're gonna have an open, uncandid discussion about something that is so prevalent in conversation. So let's have the conversation, and we're gonna be grown-ups about it, and so forth and so on. So on that note, we're gonna go ahead and roll our intro credits and keep it moving. And
Oh my God, I have so much going on.
And we are back. We are back.
We're back.
We are back. So today we are going to have a grown-up discussion about something that's very natural, but yet I say it's taboo because people have these private conversations, but they really don't have these conversations the way they should have these conversations because of what people might think about them. Some of the things that they engage in, some of the things that they stay away from. It's a discussion to be had. So we're going to have this discussion. We're not saying we're experts. We're just giving our opinion on the subject matter. And we're going to do what we do. Today's topic is sex. The elephant in the room. On the playback, please like and subscribe. Share with your friends. Please do that if you have come across our channel or if you're actually watching live. Please hit the like button because that helps with the algorithm. And we're trying to get to a space where our algorithm is doing what it needs to do. So without further ado, let's do what we do. Sex. Question. First question. What do you think that traditionally in a traditional sense, and when I say that, I'm talking about before we got into all the little sophisticated shit that we deal with when it comes to sex and toys and the things, how people have multiple partners and sharing and swingers and all of this stuff. Before all of that, in the traditional sense, what do you think sex was like? And we know human beings are made from sex. We know that. But what do you think sex was like prior to us getting into everything that we have now, the evolved version of sexual relations in society today, especially in the Black community, because we got all type of shit going on. Shit is just way left, which is not a bad thing, but that's just where it has evolved to. But prior to that, what, in your opinion, what do you think sex was like, the relation far as sex?
Just to have babies. Just fucking to have babies. Like, I think.
Are you guys losing me? Am I here?
Nah, you're here. Fine.
You're there.
Yeah,
I don't think
I feel like I'm having internet issues already.
We'll let you know. Go ahead, Jay.
I think people it was just to have children. Like, we want children, so that's it. Yeah, I don't think there was like any extra like pleasure, or I mean, of course it's pleasurable, but like, I don't think they were doing it for that. It was just like, okay, we want babies. Like,
right.
I think that's my opinion. I don't know.
What about you, DCR?
Sex before the system and all that stuff. Yeah. we talking about here. Yeah. You hear me?
Yeah, you going in and out. We can hear you, but your screen is frozen.
It's starting.
You're back. I'm gonna go ahead and give my analysis. I think prior to what we have evolved to now, I think sex was primarily a procreation tool between a man and a woman. I also think that because we was having this discussion in the barbershop just like a couple days ago, from a biblical sense or ancient times, the argument was, about marriage. And I quoted a passage from the Bible where it said when Cain was kicked out of the garden, he was banished for killing Abel. He went to the land of Nod, and it says Cain knew his wife. So my question to the individuals in the room was, back in ancient times, if you had sex with a woman, that was your wife.
Right.
There was no ceremony to say, do you take and all of this, and you go through the paperwork and blah, blah, blah. Back in ancient times, if you did that act, first of all, getting to that space in ancient times, getting to the space of having sex with somebody was a long, drawn out journey. just for you to get there. And once you got there, it's almost like before we started evolving into some of the things we're into now, we kind of had the sense of, and y'all probably can agree, there was a time even in our evolution when we were growing up, if you had sex with somebody, y'all automatically went together. If y'all didn't say y'all went together, you kind of knew you went together to a degree. It was just in you, like, especially if you traveled the road. You wasn't a scumbag. I'm talking about somebody you was really into. I ain't talking about in our years where we just, ducking and fucking. I ain't
I
talking
almost
about
want
that.
to say if I liked you and you liked me, automatically we went together.
But once you did that,
It
that
wasn't
was.
even sex. Like automatically, you're my boyfriend. Like,
But I'm saying once the sex act was in there, it was like a switch went off. Like it sealed the deal of being a mate.
yeah.
And when you go back to ancient times, yes, your wife was probably given to you through family ties and stuff like that, or someone you met. But the bottom line was, once y'all had sex, that was your wife. There was nothing, hocus pocus, whatever. That was your mate. Now you fast forward to now, we've evolved and we've gotten away from the principle, but we gotten more into the pleasurable act. My next question is there anything about where we have evolved sexually that you don't like?
No, everything about sex is beautiful. The only thing I don't like is I can't say. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie about it, man. Everything about sex is great, man. Ain't nothing wrong about sex. You know what I
Where we
mean?
are, where we have evolved to today. My question is there anything about us you don't like? Where we have evolved today. This take a mental snapshot of how the culture of sex is now. Everything.
Oh,
There
you
is.
talking? Okay,
You get what
go
I'm
ahead.
saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, like porn and all that kind of shit.
I mean, you could throw that in there, but I'm everything. Like there's okay. We've evolved from, here's my take. We evolved from a level of sacredness, it actually meaning something, to a level of recreation. But at the same time, we've now created, and these are some of the things maybe I don't like. And it may sound a little weird, and I'm trying to speak on behalf of a woman, right? But I can't really speak on behalf of a woman, so maybe Jay can jump in and clean this up. But typically when a female is into you and you guys have sex, it's almost like, the best example I can give you is if you've seen Avatar, if anybody's seen Avatar, whenever they engaged with the things in the kingdom, animals, whatever, they will take this long ass braid and they will hook it to the animal. Mm-hmm. And then once you did that, y'all became one. That was some important shit. Just for them to function throughout life, that level of attachment meant, kind of like in biblical times, they made the term, you knew your wife. Meaning, if you hear the term in the Bible where it says you knew someone and it was a female, that means y'all have had relations. When it says you know her.
Oh yeah.
When you look at Avatar, when they made the connection, they always said, what, I see you?
I see you. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Same exact thing.
I love
so when you look at sex today, my issue is those connections are not really sacred anymore. It's not, regardless of how we do it and who you do it with, it's still not along the lines of a connection and being something. I call them small universes. You create a small universe for that situation. That's the problem that I have today. It's almost like we've done it so much and got so much other shit going on, then it's overused. That's one of the issues that I have. What about you, Jay? I hope I didn't fuck that up.
No, that makes a lot of sense, and I feel like it's overused to a degree of like perversion, but I don't like to sound like a sicko, but in a sick way. I like the perversion myself, like.
But there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying,
look at that.
You can have a connection with someone with the perversion, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to have a perversion, or do you want to have a perversion with multiple people?
No.
I want them all
without the connection.
No. My thing is that's why like I'm so big on like honesty and stuff like that, because for me it's all or nothing. So if there's perversion, it's all or nothing. Like if I'm in, I'm in, and that's not for multiple people.
Right. And that,
you know what I'm saying?
And with that being said, that offers up a level of sacredness.
Right.
Lawrence?
I think if I could, I mean, I would, I mean,
I'm so nervous of what he's gonna
I have no problem with it. I mean, but the way it's used, as far as how women use it, I don't agree with it. But
how women use it,
how they use sex. No, I'm just saying, like, you
better clean that up.
No, well, some can use it, some can weaponize it,
Yeah, that's what they use it as weapons. They use it as weapons. That's what I'm trying to say. Most women use it as a weapon. They really not into the motherfucker. They just
when you say weapon, explain what using it as a weapon means, because your version of using it as a weapon and mine might be two different.
Okay, so explain your versions of using
sex. No, I'm gonna hear Mr.
My version would be like using it as a not like a barter system, but I'm mad at you, so you're not getting no sex, or like I wanted these shoes and I don't know, like take me shopping, or I'm not giving you no ass, like that type of thing. I think that's using it as a weapon.
Yeah. Okay. And also money, like they, to control a person, they use it to draw in the stupid ass dog and take advantage of him with his sexual desires. So yeah.
Right.
That's what I mean.
Right.
But my thing is, I don't have no limits. If I could have any, all the people that I'm attractive to, and I mean females, you know what I mean?
Because you're
I don't have no limits. You know what I mean? I'd rather spread my seed even across the universe. I don't care.
Because you're a man.
I got enough energy for it.
But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing, about what he's saying. All human beings, in my opinion, crave the level of sacredness regardless of the perversion. The perversion is almost like baking a cake. You like the cake, but the frosting is extra. The frosting is the perversion, and we all like the frosting. Potty's talking about the cake
and the cherry on top.
He loves the cake. But the thing about sacredness, we all crave that. And we just had a big discussion about this off camera about the sacredness of this based on something he was going through, because there was a level of sacredness that was desired, right? And it would be nice, and it would be nice to have that level of sacredness, right?
Right.
So you take that level of sacredness and add it in with the perversion. It's all good, right?
Right.
So what he's really saying is he's in a space where he's just settling for, he's content with just the act. But if he could get the whole thing with the sacredness, he would, because everybody with desires that. Yeah. And we already been through. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Which makes sense.
Yeah. So,
but it's like, but you look at the world today, man, sexuality is like just sold everywhere, man. Like you can't even, it's a little too overwhelming, man.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Is that like
it's a
that like a
damn
guy
thing.
saying, "Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead."
No, I'm saying like to me, like, you know, once we're getting to a point where sexuality, there's a lot to sexuality. Even if you look going to you, more deep, I know you do a lot of research and everything. Mostly when you go into the darkest areas of the past, or you know, the things you study, is somehow you'll find sex and darkness together somehow. I mean, you'll find
You're right.
certain things that kind of represent sex. You know what I mean? Like serpents, grapes, anything like that. You know, anything has something to do with sex.
Let me help you out.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah. That's
level
what
of
I'm doing for you.
there's different levels to sex. If you're talking about taking it to another level, that's why they have things like sex magic and all of that. When you're trying to tap in, they have tantra, which is a form of sexual yoga, tapping into different energies. There's places you can take sex to harness a level of energy and to produce a particular result. Very real. Most people don't know nothing about that. They're completely clueless to what they can do and what they can have if they were able to tap in sexually, especially if they're with someone where they have a sacredness, the things that they can produce and the things that they can manifest. So
I wonder if
society,
power couples do that.
I wouldn't be surprised if
I
they
it doesn't.
didn't. I'm not gonna say
Yeah,
they
it doesn't.
do, but
Like the celebrity, like the wealthy, like power couples. Like I'm
Yeah,
thinking
for
that they
sure.
do.
I'm not gonna say they do. I'm gonna say
No,
I don't think it's widespread, but I would say like maybe the Kardashians, um, maybe some people that practice Scientology. I'm not sure, but I'm not gonna say it's non-existent. I'm not gonna say that because it does exist. Um, is it widespread? No, because it
It's like a
requires a level of you being involved in the hidden arts or the occult to a degree. It's not something you can just decide. I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z just because. First of all, you ain't even thinking about sex on that level. First of all,
I
you
just
have to
found
be
out about it when you mentioned it, and I wish I knew that ages ago. But I mean, even if I knew that ages ago, doesn't mean like your partner is gonna know that, or
exactly.
like actually be like, "Oh yeah, I've heard of that." So
So it's something that you have to have a level of interest in when it comes to another level of spirituality to get into that to manifest, things like that. But yeah, I mean, and this is one of the reasons why people are fucking and having kids, which is a beautiful thing, but they're producing a certain frequency of child that is not too and I'll probably catch flack for this, but they're producing a level of child that is not too conducive to having a happy society because of the union at which they are bringing children in. You take two disgruntled motherfuckers
that
who
makes a lot of
degraded in
sense.
their evolution, ain't really about, the next level when it comes to just understanding, how this thing works, and they just fucking and making babies, let alone their lifestyle and their psychology and everything is kind of degraded. What kind of entity are you going to produce between that union? You're going to produce a child, but the energy that's going to be attached to that child is going to be wild as hell. And that's by default of us not knowing how to do this shit the right way. That's why when you take certain people who know how to do this shit, you get two people together who are spiritually evolved, they will set the stage for everything up until conception. And then even after conception, a whole bunch of shit they'll be doing to make sure they bring in the right frequency for that child to come through. And, so yeah, but sex as we know it today is on the lines of pleasure, and there's nothing wrong with that. I do now what he said about, weaponizing it. Here's the thing about weaponizing sex, which I don't feel like women should do that. I think in some cases it should be weaponized. Because if you have someone who is not doing what the fuck, I take that back. I can't justify why a woman should weaponize sex. I can't. All I know is,
yeah, that was not good.
yeah, it's I don't know, and maybe that's the man in me because you shouldn't be, if you're in a relationship with someone.
I think it's the man in you because I kind of feel like if I am like with a person, and like you want sex, like I don't care if I'm mad at you. I'm not gonna tell you no. I mean, I might like give you a problem or whatever, but yeah, I'm not gonna deny you of that if that's what you want. You know what I'm saying? Until it's like after, like, okay, we're no longer together, then no, you're not going to do anything. But as long as you are deemed like girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, whatever, like if you want it, you.
So it's like a I'm not gonna say a duty, but it's one of those
not a
things
duty,
that you
but
do
I
take
don't
care
feel
of.
like, yeah, like I'm not gonna tell you no.
Right. So my next question in the whole sex thing is, and it's gonna get a little weird.
Weird.
Sound like Will Ferrell. You sound like Will Ferrell in them. It's gonna get a little weird.
My next question is, sexually, what is some of the things sexually that you don't fuck with? Like, nah, I ain't no, not my thing. As a man or a woman, so I know for men it would be very different from what women would say, and from what women would say, it'd be very different from what we would say. So, you want me to go first? Oh,
I am not a fan of dildos. I mean, I know a lot of women they like toys and they like to masturbate. Like, I like toys, don't get me wrong, but like different kind of toys, like they have a whole variety of types of toys.
I'm confused.
You like parachutes?
I don't like toys, but I like toys.
Toys don't only mean like just dildos.
Explain.
You have like handcuffs, you have whips, you have
like accessories.
Yeah, accessories. Like I like different things. Like, oh, this looks fun. Let's try this. Like like that type of stuff. But I'm not a fan of dildos because I like toys. Skin to skin. I like to feel like I need to. Pot, shut up.
No, it's his arena, so we'll get to him.
I need that whole body. Like I need the sweat. I need I just like to, and I'm a very touchy person. I'm just a touchy person. So like the dildos do nothing for me. Masturbation is I could probably count on one hand how many times I was like, there were times like I started and I'm like, I can't do this. Like, yeah.
What about you, Lawrence? What do you
like?
What you not? No, not what you like. Sexually, what's some shit you ain't doing?
Everything's forbidden from the asshole in the back. All that shit is forbidden.
All of it is forbidden. What about a tongue?
And I don't like my balls touched. I don't want your mouth on my balls and none of that shit. Other than that, we good.
I have to concur. Anything near nigga ass, and yeah, don't really fuck with my balls. Like, I mean, they're okay to touch, but like ODB said, our balls are fragile, and some people don't understand the level. They don't understand. They don't understand the level of pressure that they may apply because it's not attached to their body.
True.
Well, you I mean, technically speaking, if just forget it.
Well, just don't put your mouth on it. That's all. Because people don't know what they're doing with their mouth when they try to do that. You know what I mean?
But that's not everybody.
Okay.
Balls are really sensitive.
No, but here's the thing about our balls. We guard them We don't want to be hitting them. We don't want shit to come near them. We are from childhood. We are conditioned to think that our balls are going to get hurt. So if somebody's doing something to me, even they're using their mouth, we still in that mindset of how is it might hurt or they might go too far. We're very protective of them but you can't understand because
but you know what?
You don't have a pair and you've never been hit.
I don't have a pair, but it makes sense. I get it. Like,
but you know what, you know, we're so protected of them that we won't even hit another man in his ball.
Unless you really have to, and that means you in a real fucked up position if you got to hit a nigga in the balls.
So you guys have never. I need Pot to be on because I need to ask.
Glitching.
Pot, so you guys have never, like, you guys don't like that, but you've never had like a person get like close enough and you just kind of like, okay, like just free.
I had somebody
open your legs a little bit or something, some shit like.
Yeah, I don't mind the hands on them, but not, you know. But I'm just saying, I just don't like the mouth. I don't, the motherfucker try to swallow one of your sacks, but your balls, dog. That shit don't feel right, yo. You kill a motherfucker, yo. That shit, it don't feel that great. Your chick think that shit feel good. That shit don't feel good.
They don't understand that it's a delicate thing.
It is.
They don't understand
I get it.
The level of pressure that should be applied because it's not attached to their body. So they don't know if it hurts or not. They think that it feels good. And you really gotta be in sync with somebody. And they really gotta know through you guys' experience how far to go and how to do something. And y'all are in that rhythm where, okay,
I think if you understand the body, men and female bodies, like, you would be spread eagle. Like,
I ain't putting my legs in the air.
I didn't say that, but
that nigga with his legs in the air.
Yeah, like you have to understand the body in order to, like, because there's no way. Like, I've heard people say, "Oh, I don't like this, I don't do that, I don't do this and that," and then it's like, you know what I mean?
No,
like,
balls are forbidden, man. Balls are jewels. They're special. They're like, I call it a universal tool. I call that whole thing a universal tool. So I mean, God tool. I'm sorry, God tool. I call it a God tool.
Got to be careful, but like I said, I mean, I would agree if you got somebody in your life who you guys have evolved to a space where you know each other's body and you know how much pressure to apply, what to do, what not to do, then I don't think that will be a problem.
No.
But for the average Joe, they're gonna go in because with sex we have this thing of more means good. That's not always the case.
No, less is more for sure. Less is more. More
means good.
But that would be the same for
from a woman perspective. I don't know
what more means. More means good. What's someone
for a female might be.
I want to ask this question: does size matter?
Oh my God!
It matters to men, but
it matters to men. But
pause. If you know what I mean.
I was gonna say something.
Go ahead.
Pause for the y'alls. Get y'alls.
The same. What we were talking about, the same goes for females, because you can't have a dude rubbing his fingers on a female's clit like he's on a DJ, you know, trying to spin a record, like, and think that that's like fantastic or something. You know what I'm saying? Right? Like, or
start a fire,
or a vacuum seal right over there. Like, that's not. You know, so it's the same with females, like with you guys and y'all balls. It's the same with a female. I mean, some females like certain things, but like,
there's a process to it too.
Size, but I'm a baby, so
it still boils down to a level of learning
the person.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right,
because it is a process. You just can't jump in. You just can't jump into it, and that's the problem. Like a lot of us, we always quick to jump into it because we don't want to do the extra foreplay of the process.
Oh, Samantha used to like this, so Jennifer's gonna like it too. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, just yeah. So
touch somebody's shit be dry as fuck, it's rushing and shit.
right.
You gotta put some time in it, man, before you give y'all both blisters and shit.
And my like for me, it's like how guys are. Like, well, then again, I can't even say because you guys, I just feel like you guys, we walk into a room and you guys are like at attention. But like for me, I have to have like some sort of
stimulation,
mental something, like something.
Guillotine,
Otherwise, it's gonna be like the Sahara Desert.
Well, sex initially starts in the mind.
Right.
Yeah, that
The
happens
whole
all
act.
day. Look at a person.
Yeah, that happens in the mind. But I did
That
ask a
happens
question.
what, Pot? All day?
Yeah, that happens when you look. I mean, you can feel that tension from even a person you look at. You can feel the tension from them, even if you walk into a store or,
Mm-hmm.
you can actually feel it. I mean, you might be questionable. Oh, maybe that's just me, but sometimes I don't know if it's right or I don't know if you're right or you're wrong, but you can feel sexual tension. I don't know who it's coming from. Maybe it's coming from both motherfuckers or one person or this and that, but you can feel
I used to
sexual
get
tension.
so offended. There was a guy that I mean, eventually I started dating him, but anytime he saw me,
I
like
gotta stop.
if we were in the mall, if we like anytime, it was just, and I equated that to like, you don't have any fucking control over like, but I guess maybe, I don't know.
So
Thanks
the
for
question
giving me a little tip there.
Don't be a creep. But anyway,
yeah.
But yeah, the question I asked was, does size matter?
Uh-oh.
I don't want to say
I was trying to get another female on here, but that didn't come to fruition. But
I don't want to say too much, but
what is too much? This is an open book here.
For some,
we're making history.
Size matters to a degree. However,
and through research, the average penis size is 5 inches. That's average. Anything above that, you doing good.
God.
Right.
According to the numbers. I'm just saying.
I think if you know what you're doing, you could please a female, regardless.
Right.
Like,
true, though. You don't need to be.
Yeah. So it doesn't have to be like.
I'm gonna tell you why I agree with you on that part, because yo, man, I don't like getting personal and like on my little, but I'm just saying, like, through certain situations, like, let's start here. Females are sometimes just want the other thing done instead of that. You know what I mean? Like,
what other thing?
The tongue thing. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? So they prefer that instead of that. You know what I mean? So
that's crazy.
That's I guess why they could be satisfied in woman relationships, because this is just proof that size don't matter.
That makes sense.
Because they can be touched and have orgasms without that kind of pressure. You know what I mean?
Some can.
So you think you got us type niggas, we think we're going there and beat the shit out of it and think something gonna happen, and sometimes it don't work your way. No, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So,
well, when you understand the anatomy of a woman, which I advise all brothers to get into studying the body and how shit works. I think if you're gonna be good at sex, you need to do that shit. You need to understand and educate yourself on how all this shit works. Clitoral stimulation is more intense than actual intercourse.
I think hand jobs are too.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Go ahead. Yeah, you are right.
I'm wrong.
But no, you're right. You're right.
Okay, yeah, so being that is the focal point of the highest point of sensation, they've created an entire industry around clitoral stimulation.
Yeah, but it's bananas to me because I didn't even think of it to that degree, because for me it's a little different. Like, yeah, that's like the appetizer before, like, the main, before the whole penetration part.
Fucking.
No,
yeah. Just say it.
Say it. Y'all know what movie that is.
So,
what movie?
So
yeah,
for
y'all
somebody
dancing.
to
Go
give
ahead.
you head, like for somebody to give me head, like that's not just enough for me. I don't care if I have 10 orgasms. Like that's not enough for me. Like
So
I need like I'm not need, but I want
You
the
need the
penetration
bullet. You need the bullet.
you require
and the body and the touch and the just the sweat and all. Yeah, like
yeah.
the breathing, like the talking. I need.
So
all
you
of
have
that.
some
Exhale,
women.
so.
You have some women who, and like I said, they've built a whole industry around clitoral stimulation, like $1 billion industry around just gadgets and shit that stimulate that one part.
Which
But
makes sense.
and I think that's part of the reason that our sexual relationships between a man and a woman has become so warped a little bit,
Yeah.
because now you got whole relationships between people
Based
that is solely focused on clitoral stimulation for the
You
most
guys are
part.
competing against machines.
Not just machines, but you got
Gadgets and those.
you got women with women, and that's primarily, not all, but primarily the focal point of their sexual relationship. Thus, you have birthed a whole, let me try it out, let me see, because it's all based on zoning in on that one sacred spot. And you've created a whole it's kind of like creating a new genre of rap music, what they call mumble rap, right? I know y'all heard the term mumble rap. We've created a subculture of sex based around clitoral stimulation, and now we got subgroups of relationships where women want to be with women, not all, but women want to be with women because they're so focused on that one thing. Of course, they'll put a strap on here and there, but for the most part, you're gonna eat this pussy.
But it's so crazy because I didn't even like. I know that that's what's going on. However, I'm thinking like how it is for me. You know what I'm saying? Like they're getting penetrated, but until Pot just said that, like, yeah.
Some would say, "Fuck the sex. I'd rather you just do that," and that has birthed a subculture of sexual relationships between same sex, like woman on woman. I'm not saying that's the only reason.
But there's.
Go ahead.
But the thing about it is, like I said, hand jobs is might be better than the other thing too. For me as a man, I like.
I ain't gonna hold you on that, brother. Nah. Those things are like
I'm gonna tell you why though, because it's good for birth control. That's why I like it. It's good for birth control. I have to worry about knocking no fucking body up.
No, what's good for birth control is the rhythm method. Jay, you know what that is?
What is it? Tell me. I might know. I just don't know. I don't have a name for it. It's
basically knowing how the cycles flow and what ovulation is, how ovulation works, what's the window, what's the days. You get that shit down to a science, you good.
I have mine down to a science.
Yeah.
I can tell you the day I have mine down to a science. Yeah.
So that's a form of natural birth control.
Yeah, it is.
Because ain't nothing happening unless you within those boundaries. There's nothing happening. It's impossible. But most people are not educated on that. They just fucking and shooting in the dark and don't know where they at on the scale.
Right.
And boom.
Right.
But that takes education. And a lot of people are not educating themselves on that. So it is what it is. And this is how a lot of young girls get pregnant. Because they're not educated on that and how to utilize that science. And what happens is they're engaging in the act and not knowing this stuff, and then they wind up pregnant. And I think, this is my opinion, if you teach them that science and reinforce that science first, I mean heavy, and then get into protection and safety and all of that, you got a foolproof plan. Far as sending them out in the world. What do you think?
And I only learned that because I only learned and started doing that because I don't believe in birth control. I don't like tampons. I don't like, there's like a whole gamut of stuff. Like I'm very particular about what I do with my pussy.
Right.
So there's so that's I had to calculate and I could count and I'm always, it's like, it doesn't miss. If I miss a day or 2 days or whatever have you, then I know I'm in trouble. But yeah, it's always on point.
My next question, Pot, you good?
I could even tell like when the ovaries are.
Yeah, man. I don't know what's up with the signal. The signal is acting up over here, but
my next question is sexually. What is some of your what is one must do? Like what is something that it's your thing. It's a requirement for you. It's a requirement. It's your thing. It has to happen to keep things healthy for you. This is what you into. It's just one. I'm not saying pull all your shit out the closet. Just one. You as a person. What is it?
about 10 women at the same time. That's it.
But you ain't never had 10 women. We ain't talking about fantasy. I'm talking about your actual sexual, activity. What is something that you do?
Well, 3. Well, 3 then.
Go ahead, Jay.
3 at the same time.
Go ahead, Jay. He's on Saturn.
For me,
I don't think he wants to answer that question.
huh?
I don't think he wants to
What'd
answer
you say?
that shit.
I
don't think he wants to
say
answer
that again.
The hell?
Say that again. I didn't hear.
I said I don't think you want to answer that.
What did she say? I didn't hear what she asked me.
She didn't ask you nothing. Go ahead, Jay.
Dre asked the question.
Pot need to go in the house and hook up his Wi-Fi.
He said,
go ahead, Jay.
Oh, he's frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen.
My thing is throw baby.
You had to sing the song?
Uh-huh. I was so fascinated with Superhead years ago when she was like a big thing. So, and I used to be like, how? Like, and the way that the men used to like talk about her, I used to be like, yeah. And I always would say, like, the only difference between me and her is that people don't know me. Like, I'm not sucking everybody's dick, but yeah,
Oh,
that's my go-to. You could be watching football, washing dishes, whatever. Yeah. Yeah,
Hold
that's
up.
my
super.
Yeah. Hold up, swole
up.
up.
You might as well wear
and we're being adults.
No,
this is the show. We putting it out there.
But yeah, that is my I think it's the whole reaction and the whole like, I not just that. I like to do it and I'm good at it. So
right. Pot froze again.
What's yours, Pot? Look at my I know I'm gonna get backlash.
I don't mean like
I'm gonna get so much backlash from Pot.
No, I say that. I mean, you already that I know you got your note.
What did you say?
Nah, man.
I don't know.
Pot, get on the Wi-Fi.
He got to go indoors. Yeah, he's gonna have to go indoors and hook to Wi-Fi. We can't do that, man. We have to take you off the screen because you glitching.
Go get on the Wi-Fi.
It don't matter, man. This thing is just a piece of shit.
Nah, you need to go to your Wi-Fi. You was better the other day.
Sometimes I feel like my car is trying to fight. I'm walking outside. I feel like my car is trying to fucking fight my signal and try to hook up.
Yeah, But anyway,
what's yours, Dre?
What is mine? I'm fascinated by the female orgasm. That's my thing. Like, I've gotten to a place of discipline where I reach my point when I'm ready.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm driven by the female orgasm. Everything about that whole thing in the different types of orgasm. Because some women, they just lay there. Some shake. Some moan. Some lose it. The whole kit and caboodle. That's my thing. For it, and I couldn't see myself being with a person who couldn't reach orgasm. That would be weird to me. Because that's my what's the word? That's my dopamine. That's my high. Like I said, I'm disciplined enough when I'm ready, and it's all about breathing, the breath. But what does it for me is making sure she not even making sure, because my goal and my job is to make sure she does that, because it turns me on. Yeah.
I want to know what Potts is.
Pot need to go get himself together, because
look at Pot.
He walking around the neighborhood and shit. I wonder why his Wi-Fi jacked up. All right, Pot, what is something that you like sexually? What's your thing?
What do I like?
To give.
One thing, Pot. One thing that you like to do sexually. It is big for you.
This is tough.
It's not tough. You know what you like, nigga. Come on. Roll the dice. Watch them.
What do I like? What do I really like?
I know what it is. Eating ass.
Hell no. Hell no.
Oh my God.
I really can't. Honestly, I really can't say.
You can't say
I
what
really
you like
can't.
to
I
do?
really don't really have a...
You can't pick one thing that you like about sex?
You don't have a favorite to do thing?
Because everybody different, you know what I mean? So if everybody like if you would, from experience, everybody was good
That's
at
why we asked
certain things. So
that's
kind of
why-
what you like to do with them, like that person.
That's why we asked just you.
That's
We
what I'm
asked-
saying.
Okay, what you saying? This nigga scared. He's scared.
I just like this, I guess. I don't
He's
know,
scared.
dog.
No, you know. You just don't want to spit it out. You know. Oh, you
Dre,
know.
you must know.
Nah, I
wanna
can't.
I don't know.
Oh.
Nah. She said Drake must know. about my fucking personal sheets under
Well,
the.
I thought men talk about stuff, so I don't know.
Nah, Pot,
we don't.
He just don't want to say it. Because I
No.
can guarantee.
I'm trying to think.
You don't have to think.
If
you know what the
anything-
fuck you like? You just don't want to sound weird saying it. Eating ass.
No,
She
no,
was
no,
right.
no, it's not. No, hell no. I don't like doing no, hell no. I don't like doing none of that shit. Nah. I mean, what I like to do. I mean, you mean for me to be received or for me to give?
It
For
doesn't
you
matter.
to give.
It doesn't matter.
Oh.
You can like giving some shit. You can like receiving some shit. It don't matter. We're gonna put this cat to the back of the line. I'm moving to the next question.
Pot. And then he
I like.
say it
Okay.
off camera.
I told you he's shy. He don't want to say it.
I guess I like. I guess I like to eat the ice cream until it melts, like so bad.
You know
like
what?
for a
You know
long.
what?
I do it for a long.
Hey. Pot. Pot. You walked around the
that's
whole
what it is,
neighborhood
dog.
just to say that shit, and you could have been said it.
Yeah.
You just didn't want to look goofy. That's all. And you tried to like come up with analogies and shit like ice cream. Just say it. You like eating pussy till it does what now? I'm gonna clean it up for you, nigga. Put
To
it
it
out there.
melt. To it
To it
melt like fucking ice cream.
So explain that. What's happening when she melts like ice cream? What is that?
Well, it puts a lot of effort and craft
Right,
into it.
Right,
time.
right. And what
Are
happens?
you slurping it
So
up?
And what happens?
it just gets a person prepared to give them the Big Dipper. That's all I'm saying. I mean, that's what people that I really like though.
He don't be super descriptive about that, but we get.
I like
it.
easy access. I like easy access, so that's why
Funny as hell.
Do
I
you
like,
slurp?
you know,
Do you
for
slurp
the
it
milk.
up? The ice cream.
I don't want to get to all those parts. I just like to do that part.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, that would be the thing that I would like to do. That's what I mean. That's the process that I think is the best for me. Like that's something that I enjoy. Like
That's,
you know what I mean?
That's
Because
cool. That's respectable. I mean, that's
I
what we're
think
trying to
every
get.
man do that though, right? Don't every man do that kind of shit? Don't
I can't
every
say-
man like try
I
to?
can't. speak for every man. Some men
Try
be
to
like, I ain't
work the
eating no
fucking
pussy.
ice
Some
cream
people
to
try, but
melt that
they're
shit.
not like.
You got some men who won't eat no pussy.
Oh,
So everybody different.
I mean, damn, that's crazy.
I heard that before. I've
That's
heard that
crazy.
once
It
or
is what it is.
twice, but yeah. Um,
But
and
that's
then
for special people though.
and then they do.
That's not anybody. That's not anybody get that treatment.
They gotta have that sacredness.
It's got to be a lot. The flavor, how all that shit got to play a part in that. You know what I mean?
And
So
you guys
it's
have
got
a
to be
big
right.
problem because
What?
Nick Cannon was talking about all the. You know what I realized? I realized that there's more of a problem with vaginas than I'm thinking, because if he's talking about feminine hygiene and how 80% of women don't know how to wash up or clean up or whatever the case is, then yeah, that's.
Oh,
You
you
guys
just
have,
now coming
and
to that
then you,
epiphany?
yeah, because I'm like, when I judge things, I judge based on, and you shouldn't really do that, but I just don't think that, yeah, you would have some people that aren't really clean or don't, but you don't think it's like to that degree. He said
Oh, hell
80%.
Yeah, that's a bad men. Me and Pa can speak to this.
That's disgusting.
If, as a woman, if you can smell yourself, we gonna smell you.
But how
And
is
then on
it?
top of that, you want somebody to eat it. You
That's
want
like
somebody to
Kevin
go
Gates
down.
saying, like, you want somebody to eat this? Smell
Yeah,
this.
yeah, exactly. No, and that could be
Oh,
hygiene.
I know it.
Or that can be diet. That could be a lot of things. That could be health related. And then you have some people they just don't care.
You know what I think a lot of it might be?
What?
I mean, my like, I thank God for my grandmother, and she's an island woman too. But I thank God for her, because when we used to get our asses beat if we came home from school, like we would have to bathe going to school, and then we came home from school. She had a bucket prepared for us to sit down and wash our ass and our coochies, before we even went to go play and have dinner or whatever the case is. And that was like like 3 times a day you're washing your front, like, and we used to be like, why, like, what, like, anyway. I don't think it's, well, yeah, it could be like food and all of that stuff. However, I think for some people, these toys and stuff, because I'm very particular about what, like I said, I don't do tampons, all that stuff, but those type of things create bacteria and that type of stuff. Like, I've actually, I mean, clearly I'm a nurse, so yeah, you're going to smell all kinds of smells from all kinds of parts or whatever. But yeah, okay.
Right.
Yeah, I've actually, and these, like, the people that have the females that have these odors, like, yeah, you're supposed to smell it yourself, but it's like somebody with bad breath. Like, it's right under your nose. Like, you don't know you have bad breath, but you're talking to everybody and blowing in their face. And
some
like,
people become
it's
so
weird.
comfortable and immune to that they don't really realize that it may be offensive. But for the most part, dudes, we got tests that we run, beforehand.
Yeah, you guys do have tests that y'all.
We have little tests, and if things ain't right, we start, making up shit.
But ain't no, like, like I said, I'm like a little, I'm not raunchy, but I just, like, so if during the middle of the day you just want to stick your finger in my panties or something like that, like, I'm particular about that too, because if your hands aren't clean or whatever the case is,
right.
like,
And I was gonna get to that, because a lot of, and it goes back to, we'll get back to what you're saying, but a lot of women don't require men to have good hygiene. And if your nails are fucked up and got all types of dirt and bacteria underneath them, and she doesn't care to make sure those things are right and going into sacred places, it's going to create all types of problems. But if you have a psychology where that's normal, nobody's going to say anything.
I remember that I worked with she was the cutest girl ever. Like, she was so cute to me. And no, I'm not into women. So yeah, but she was the cutest girl to me. And I remember we were having a conversation about sex, and well, they were having a conversation. I'm listening to them. And she said that one time she was giving somebody head, and I don't know if he had dick cheese or she could smell it, and I said, who's more disgusting? Like, that was my response. Like, who's nastier? Him for having dick cheese or whatever, like having a smelly. I've never even, like, for you to even have a smelly penis is like, that baffles me. Like, who has, like, I don't understand that. Anyway,
Right.
Who's nastier? The one with the smelly penis or the one that puts their mouth on it? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because I don't know if women have that level of checks and balances, but
Clearly,
I would think they should. We randomly whip it out and the nigga nuts smell like a gym locker. Do you proceed? I don't know.
That's the thing. Like, that did something to me. But hearing Nick Cannon say that said to me that there are a lot. That means there's a whole lot, and he's not the only one, because Kevin Gates had said it on that interview thing. There are a whole lot of women that probably look cute but have stinky fronts. Like,
yeah,
and that's it makes us all look bad, technically speaking.
right.
If you, as a grown woman, to me, and I'm not judging, please don't take this the wrong way if there's any ladies watching or whatever have you, if you got issues or whatever the case is, but I'm not judging, but I kind of am, because if you're a grown woman, like, I feel like you're supposed to know your body enough to know, like, like your parents or your grandparents teach you, like, always have a clean pair of drawers, always make sure you're nice and fresh or whatever, because if you fall out and they got to take your underwear off, you don't want the people around you to die. Like,
my
in the
mom
process,
used to say that all the time.
Yeah, like, it's like the basics.
Right.
It's the basics of washing your front. Like, it's even if you, I don't know. I don't even know.
Yeah, it's a conversation that definitely needs to be had. I mean, I think a lot of people
but I think
spend a lot of time
have a lot
on
to do with it too.
Their outer appearance, but they don't spend a lot of time on their insides. And that's a whole nother, bridge to cross when you get to it. And I think we've become so comfortable with that. I think people just go past go still, even with all that stuff in place. And then, but anyway, that's crazy. Like, take for instance, a lot of men, and I mentioned this on another podcast, but a lot of men don't exfoliate.
Oh yeah, you did mention
they don't know nothing about exfoliation, and most of us would use washcloths, and we're taught, washcloth soap, blah blah blah. But if, as a man, you've never taken an exfoliating glove or rag and scrubbed your nuts and your penis to get all that dead skin off and all the shit that's been on there from however long, that's weird.
It is.
You have to remove dead skin cells off of your body. It's imperative. And I learned, when you exfoliate, your manly regions, it makes things so clean and smooth. So when she does put it in her mouth, she ain't got no problem. But anyway,
look at Pot.
Pot's frozen.
He's frozen.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him.
Oh my God.
He really needs to just go out and come back in.
And this is his topic, mind you. This is like the best topic, his topic.
My next question, and I want to say what's up to everybody who's actually tuned in and watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and share if you haven't already. We got a couple of people in the chat and a couple of people just tuned in. But yeah, my next question when it comes to the whole sex thing is let me wait to see if he's gonna pop in.
Oh my God, Pot.
I don't know what he got going on.
Well, why didn't he just go? Pot? Why don't you just go in the house and use the Wi-Fi? He's frozen again.
He's froze. We're gonna move right along. We're gonna keep it moving. We ain't gonna stay too long tonight, but we already at the 1 hour mark. We're gonna go for a few more minutes, and I like to say what's up to everybody in the chat, as well as the people who actually did hit the like button, so I can actually see it, and I appreciate that for the love and the support. And we're gonna keep it moving. Let's see, he's trying it again. Nah, I don't know what's going on. Nah, he's froze.
His eyes were blinking.
Yeah, he's froze.
Yeah.
So give or take from the conversation of there you go. And make sure you connect to your Wi-Fi if you could, Pot, while you sitting out there. So give or take when you're talking about sex. I want to ask the question, like, you know, I watched the Kevin Gates interview that he did, and he made a lot of good, valid points when it came down to sex and his sexual activities, this, that, and the third. And I also watch Trick Daddy's Bitch, I Got My Pots.
I'm about to watch that. I didn't even know Trick Daddy had something.
He's so hood. But he got a cooking show. He has different guests on there, and they talk about this, that, and the third, and you know, all that type of stuff. Here's my thing, and I got a question. And I know a lot of cats is into this. Me personally, no, I'm not. Eating booty, right? Here's my thing. If you're gonna eat somebody's ass, right? Is there some shit you have to go through before you eat the booty? Like, imagine you out on a date and y'all been out for hours, this, that, and the third, and you get back to wherever you get back to, and it's time to get down to the do. Y'all been drinking, so you kind of like in an altered state here and there, and you gonna eat some booty. My thing is this: if you're gonna eat somebody's ass, do you require them to wash it first, or do you just eat the booty after it's been kind of marinating in its own juices all day? How does that work?
Drea.
How does that work?
Look at
But listen, I've always thought this. If you're gonna eat ass, do you have to prepare to eat ass? Like, people have spontaneous sex. So I'm pretty sure you got niggas who eat spontaneous ass. Spontaneous ass. All I'm saying, like, how does that shit work if you're going to eat somebody's ass?
Sounds so disgusting.
And they haven't, you know, I mean, I would think
you muted.
I would think you probably would have to, you know, I don't know, go bathe, make sure it's clean. I don't know. It's, you know, and y'all probably can't answer that because y'all don't eat ass, but I'm just saying. That's just one of them things, like, if you do that type of stuff, like,
it's filthy, it's dirty.
You would definitely have to be like fresh out of the shower or a bath or some shit, like.
But a lot of people aren't. They don't need it.
I'm not Xing certain things out, but yeah, you would definitely have to. And I'm not sticking my tongue in anybody's ass. Like,
that's what they be doing.
Yeah, no, I'm not sticking my tongue in nobody's ass. You want to stick your tongue in mine, that's fine. That's up to you. But I'm not sticking my tongue in nobody's ass.
And my take is this: even if a female wanted to stick her tongue in my ass, I can't look at you the same. There's something weird about that. Like, I'm questioning some shit. Like, how many asses have you stuck your tongue in?
That's disgusting, Dre. Like, that's you even saying it to the way you said it.
This is like, where we are with this thing, man. We out here with this. We out here. Eat a booty gang. Trick Daddy talking about all this shit.
Eat a booty? Like, yeah, you can eat my booty. I'll let you eat my booty gang. But
it's you know. I'm just wondering.
And I like when, like, if you're down there, like, and like you're giving me head and you come back up and like I want to taste what you're tasting. Like
some women are like that.
yeah,
They want to kiss you
I
right
just
after
want
you
you
done
to
ate
just
it.
come up and just kiss me and just like yeah. Like,
Yeah.
but no, not if you're eating my booty. Like if you're eating my booty, you can keep that. Like keep it. I don't even want to. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just do's and don'ts, man. That's not, I'm not knocking anybody for
And
that.
I know I'm clean, so
But
like you eat my shit all day, and yeah, I want to taste. I want what you tasted. Like yeah, it's mine. So
Pop, what's up, man? He's real mute.
Shit ain't working, right?
It's in and out,
Pop,
but we can hear you.
This topic is right up your alley, and of
I'm
all
good.
days for your Wi-Fi not to work will be today.
Mr. Ice Cream, man.
Yeah, no, it's just full of shit, man. You know what I'm thinking about though? I'm about to ruin everything.
Let
I
me go
can't
ahead
wait
and
to
mute you
eat,
because you
dog.
about to start talking about your phone and
Food.
random
wait
shit.
to-
But nah, yeah, man, I always wondered that. Like for people who do that, like, is there a prerequisite far as what you're supposed to do beforehand?
I would think that you would maybe be fresh out of the shower, but that might not even matter either because if people are supposed to be bathing every day and they still have stinky fronts, then 9 times out of 10 your booty stink too. That's my opinion. I don't know. 80% of women, not saying that he knows or he slept with 80% of women, but that just means there's a whole vast majority of females that you done slept with that got some stinky fronts. You know what I'm saying?
My next question is oral sex a requirement when it comes to sexual activity?
He want to lay down? Oh, sorry. Here.
Pot, I can't hear you. You on mute, brother. What is going on?
All right, that's cool.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I'm about to go upstairs and shit, man. That shit.
So Jay, hello? You ready?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes, I'm ready.
He said he's going upstairs. But anyway, I was asking the question: is oral sex? Some
For
people
me, it is.
some people treat oral sex as a task. Some people look at oral sex as a must. Like it's a natural progression of what happens during sex. Some people look at it as they do it, but they really don't like doing it. And for men, our thing is we want you to
Do it and enjoy it.
Do it and enjoy it. Almost to the point where we have to stop you to say, hey, this shit about to be over before it started. So, let's switch gears here because she's into it that much where you have to stop her.
Right.
But in some cases, it's like, I don't, it's a task.
No, yeah. Normally it's getting stopped. Like I'll have to get stopped because yeah. And I don't care. Like how it I like to like for me, like I like role playing and those type of things, like being oh God forgive me for even saying this. I'm so sorry, y'all. But it's the truth.
I'm sorry, but not sorry.
I'm sorry, but not sorry because it's the truth. But like I've been like the rape victim and that type of thing. Like, where
role playing.
Role play, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not something to joke about. However, like, but yeah, like I think if it's like a chore, then perhaps maybe it's not. I can't relate. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the reaction. I like just to please. So for me, if if I wasn't getting it in return, I would be okay with that. Like it's fine. I just like the reaction, and I know I would get the reaction. You know what I mean?
And that's how I feel about the female orgasm. It's the same exact thing. So the way people respond to something is a joy for me. So I enjoy doing it.
Yeah. So that's when you're like aiming to please a person or whatever have you. So I can't really relate to things being like a chore, because if I'm even mad, like if I'm even mad or we've had a disagreement or whatever have you, and you tap me on my shoulder, yeah, I'm gonna toot it up, and yeah, I might not be into it like how you, yeah, I'd be into it, but I'm not gonna, be into it like how
Yeah,
you would probably
you're gonna
want
have
me
a
to be.
you're gonna try.
It'll be mad sex,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like here, nigga, like but you just kind of yeah. But I'm not gonna deny you, and yeah, that's just me though. That's not everybody. I hear women say no all the time. Like I'm not, no, hell no, he didn't. It's like, girl, you crazy, like.
So I think
yeah.
So on that note, I think the discussion that we've had is a very healthy discussion, and we kind of tapped into some things, which I think we can go a little bit farther. And like I said, I'm glad for everybody who's tuned in. Please hit the like button. Please, if you are watching now, please just hit the like button. That's a requirement when you come into somebody's house
to hear
say
Pot.
hello. Yeah, Pot got technical issues.
I can't believe this. This is right up his alley today.
Yeah. Now I do have another question. Are there any things that women, look at as turnoffs sexually from a man when it comes to sex? Like what is the things that, well, I'm not gonna say turnoffs, but what are the prerequisites that are frowned upon coming from a man sexually? Like we talked about the whole eating booty thing, right? And I'm thinking, if you're gonna do that, then do you send a person to the shower? Do you make sure they're clean? Like that would, if I was into that, and I'm not, that would be a prerequisite of mine. Like you gotta go get some water, right? Are there things that men have to have in place for women to get past go when it comes to sex? That's like some women, they won't, they feel funny about having sex with hair, like having a hairy box. We've got to a place where they I feel weird about, I want it cut, and I'm like,
those might be the women that don't like their food to like. I
don't like your food to touch.
Yeah, like I'm not so like, if I've never had a certain food, I'm willing to try it. If I'm not, like, I'm like a spontaneous person, so to me nothing is really like, even, and I'll try the most disgusting things, because I just, yeah.
So what from a female's perspective, what are some things that you guys, like we talked about the fingernails and stuff like that, what are some things that you must have in place before you can get past go?
I like a man with rough hands and stuff like that, because like this, I just feel like that's men, like, I mean, they don't have to be rough hands. You have some men with soft
knuckle
hands.
Draggers.
We're back on that topic,
knuckle draggers.
Okay. Lay down.
That's funny.
What are some? I've never had an issue where it was like hygiene was like because I feel like grown-ups should know, but clearly.
So do women, or have you ever had to guide a man?
Yes.
And teach him?
That's annoying to me, because I had someone say like they don't give head, like,
and how did
and
that
then
go?
out of nowhere one day, just like, you're doing it and you're doing it totally wrong, like hurting me type thing, and I had to like.
And that was going to be one of my next questions. Is there something sexually that women predominantly have to teach men to do right? What is it, and how do you teach him? What are some of the things that you have to tweak so he can get it right?
I think it all depends on the woman, because every woman likes something different. Like there might be days where, and it's not always the same with, you have some women that like to be made love to. And then you have some women that like to be fucked. And then you have some women that just like a little mix or whatever. For me, it's just a trigger. It just depends on the day or how I'm feeling. Or if it's like, you know, I might be cleaning and I'm like, you know what? He's going to fuck me like a slut today. Like, you know, something like that. Like it depends on the person. I think what the requirement is depends on the person and what they require for their body, like for their actual, you know what I'm saying? Each person is different. So you have some people where the focal is the like the clitoris, and then you have others that's like, no, like my focal is not that. Like if you're trying to hurry up and get to the point, then yeah, but that's not my no.
Right. So what is some of the things that women have to teach? Predominantly, if you have to take an average, head
like
probably
using a vacuum seal.
What is
vacuum seal? Like
what is a
like,
vacuum seal in relation
like,
to what? Oral
you
sex?
have some people that might think like when they say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna suck your pussy" or something like that. It's literal. Like they're trying to give you a fucking hickey.
Oh,
like trying to
so they're like
pull the shit out of your, like rip your soul out of your,
like
and
leeches,
like a leech. That is like, yeah, that no. For me, I mean, for other people, it might be, you know,
I would think that would hurt.
Yeah. For me, that's not my, but for other people, some people like stuff like that. Like, I prefer not even, I think, even when a guy is using his tongue, the way you use it, like you have some people that might like stiffen their tongue, like, you know what I mean? Like, not to show everybody my tongue, but, and then you have others that just might like, just, it's like a relaxed tongue, just kind of like, and I think it's more, it's preference. It's honestly, it's preference. Right. It's preference, it's skill. Sometimes you have to actually tell a person what to do while they're doing it. But once you learn a person, you just know, like, you know.
Yeah, I think especially for men, or let's just say me, you know, past relationships that I've had, when you teach a woman how to do oral sex for you and they get very good at it, you hate for that relationship to dissolve, because now you got to send them out into the world with a skill that you gave them. It's a little selfish.
That's when you teach them.
Yeah, you teach them and they
Superhead
get really
taught
good,
me.
and then you send them out to the world. Right.
Superhead taught me. And I thought she was like the most skilled. I used to be like, this bitch is really bad. Like, this is a real serious, like, yeah, Superhead taught me. So I get what you're saying. To teach somebody something, but me on a sense, like well, I guess it's for men. Like, it's you guys' egos, because if I'm finished with a person, or I'm like, it's done, it's kind of like, okay, like whatever, she'll enjoy that, or you know, like.
Yeah, it's definitely ego. And I think because one of the things I don't like, you know, people, well, women rather, go just, you have some women who feel like going extra wild on a nigga's wood is pleasurable. And
that's like what I'm saying with my vagina, like with the vagina.
It's not. I think if you're more focused, more sensual, more knowing the texture of the penis, as well as where to put your tongue, the level of pressure, where you need to have vacuum, where
it's
your
a whole
hands
skill.
need to be, it's a whole thing. And if you can get in a rhythm with all of that, it ain't gonna last too long.
No,
but
it's not.
You're hit and miss. It's like right there. Oh shit. Wait.
I've literally
right
been
there?
pushed off, like almost knocked to the floor, like pushed off, like yeah. It's not it just, I think it just all with all of that, it just depends on the people, the two people.
And I think it boils down to you taking in consideration your level of interest in mastering what you do, in learning.
Right. If it's not something that's your thing, like, because I have a friend actually, and she does not like to give head. She hates it. She says she does it, and I'm like, I know that's like a sorry job. She's like, yeah, they usually tell me to stop. Like,
that's horrible.
Like, and she gives no fucks because, like, I think sometimes she does it bad, like even worse, just so they could like just be like, oh, like you, it's all right, like you good, like, because she hates to do it. And I'm like, well, like I don't know, I can't, I'm not a guru. I'm not any, I just know what I like, and I know, perversions and little dirty things. Like I just like dirty things. However,
And
I can't relate to certain things, like not liking to do certain things. Like I can't really relate.
Yeah. And like I said, it's still going to boil down to your level of interest and how much you want to put into it. And it's not even how much you want to put into it. When you're into it, you're going to invest in yourself of mastering it and getting good at it, whatever the hell it is. It's not something that you got to make yourself
I was just gonna say that to you. I was gonna say, Dre, it's not something that you actually purposely say like, oh, I'm gonna master this. It's just you have an interest in it, and you just naturally good at it because you have this interest.
Yeah. So it's not something that's forced.
No.
Yeah, you don't have to force it. But so yeah, I see quite a few people in the chat, and those likes are not matching the viewers. So
that is so funny.
Yeah, I see people watching, but very few people have hit the like button.
They don't have any questions. I ask some questions so I can, because I can't think of everything. I was wanting Pot to be on here too, because I know he has questions about stuff.
If anybody has any questions, now is the time to go ahead and present them. But yeah, if you are watching, which I can clearly see that people are tuned in, just hit the like button. I see how many people hit the like button. So if you came in the house and you're sitting on the couch and you're watching television, then just hit the like button. That's all. It's appreciated. We appreciate that. But if anybody have any questions, please, if you're watching on Facebook, in our Facebook group, then go ahead and present your question inside the group. If you're on YouTube, then go ahead and present your question on YouTube. And
I have a question.
Go ahead.
For a guy, other than like a stinky front, like clearly, I'm like, yeah. What is a turn off for a guy?
Other than a stinky front?
Yeah, other than that.
During the act or before? Like before we get a turn off for me.
Before, two questions, before and during.
Okay, beforehand, of course. You said other than a stinky front.
Other than that, yeah, because clearly that's a thing.
Horrible breath. Horrible breath.
But wouldn't that be like, no, that can't.
If everything lines up and your breath is horrible.
But that doesn't count. It has to be something else, because prior to even getting to that degree, the person has horrible breath.
Well, you got a point.
Yeah, so that doesn't count. Stinky front, horrible breath, but that doesn't count. Because those are hygiene issues.
Okay, so let me rethink, because you're right. You should already know her breath smells like Barbido before you even get to that point. To even get to that, yeah. Sometimes, because you're not really that close to a person. But anyway,
you're not that close to a person, and you're about to
smell their breath.
Men.
Yeah, I've been in a situation before, and the breath was like kicking like Van Damme. And
crazy.
it was a turnoff because I'm trying to avoid bad breath, and I'm just not focused, and your mind is not there, and it's kind of equated to a stinky front because
that's hygiene. That's all hygiene. Other than hygiene.
Other than hygiene, lazy attitudes. Men don't like lazy women.
Oh, like
they don't want to do nothing. They just want to lay there. They don't want to be interactive. They no, I don't feel like getting on top. No, I don't want to do. Yeah, we hate that shit with a passion. Like, who says no during sex unless it's some shit that you're not into? But who says no?
Unless you're pretending to be like raped or something.
Oh, if you're role playing, right?
Role playing, yeah. Right. Like no.
Yeah, that's a turn off. That whole nonchalant. Yeah, there's certain things in the act of sex that don't belong. In if you're with someone that you're into and y'all both have consensual adult activity, then no doesn't really fit in the equation unless you're really doing something taboo. Like, no, you're not going near my ass. Okay, we can get past that. But
I got another question.
It shouldn't be like, no, I don't want to know.
This pot.
So ain't no telling. But anyway, you said you got another question.
Yeah, but you answered one. You answered one. I had another one that popped in my head. Before. Oh, during.
You said no? You said before and during.
Oh yeah, right? You did answer them, huh?
Yeah.
During is like saying no to certain stuff. Like, no, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to.
I feel like if you're into it, if you're really into it, then whatever position that you gonna be in shouldn't even fucking matter.
Yeah, you would just be flipped and flopped and just like, and then afterwards, it's like, wow, like, geez.
So that's a telltale sign when people have reservations about just the fucking position, if they want to be on top or not, or they get tired or whatever the fuck. That shit just don't match. No. It's not something, there's a miss somewhere. But you had another question?
I did. Anal sex.
What about it?
Is that a no-no? Is that
for me,
for men?
For men for men to do it?
Because of this whole gay thing, and I don't know if that, like.
No, my question is this: for a man to perform anal sex or a man to receive anal sex? Which one?
No, perform.
Okay. So the question is it bad or
finger in the booty, or to receive like a finger in the booty?
In his booty or her booty?
In his booty.
Nah. No fingers in the ass, let alone, keep in mind, even if a person was into that, look at your nails.
Oh yeah. I'm not sticking these nails in nobody's ass.
I'm just saying, most women have nails.
Bacteria, I have like a whole reservation in my head when it comes to like the fecal stuff and all of that. Like,
yeah, right.
Yeah, for me, that's just a whole, like the bacteria and all that shit. Like, so yeah.
Over here. Cedric Smith, what's up, bro? He said exit only over here. I feel you. But yeah, I mean, far as giving, you got a lot of chicks who are into that. I've never come across a female who wanted that. So I've never done it.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
And there's no desire for me to do it because I don't even know what that's about to be like, I need to do it.
Right.
You can't miss what you ain't never had. So I don't know what that's about, but I don't want nothing near my ass, really. And we already covered the whole ball thing. So balls are fragile like eggs. You got to be gentle. And that shit hurt. So, be easy with the balls. Even, you see the videos where the chicks, they put the balls in their mouth and they suck on the balls. And like Pot said, if you suck too hard, it's like, hold up, swole up. No. So you got to be careful with that. Let me see. We got quite a few people that are watching, but it's not matching these likes. Could y'all please hit the like button, please? Please. Hit the like. Say what's up to everybody in the chat. Most deaf. Most deaf. We are at the 1.5 hour mark. Jay, what's up? Oh, Braylon must be acting up. So while she's taking care of that, yeah, like I said, we got quite a few people who are watching, and if y'all can hit the like button, that would be great, so we can get these views up to
What did I
match
say?
the
Anal
likes.
sex. I
Yeah.
have another question. Where the hell is Pot?
You spoke him up.
I did. There you are.
He finally got it together.
Finally got it together. Pot, we had a whole discussion without you.
So now he got to unmute himself. Yeah, he's unmute your mic, Mr. DCR. Tasha's in the chat. She said, "Hey, and what's up?" Tasha,
One,
you just
two, three.
what's
Who's
up,
in the chat?
Tasha? From
the show?
From the show we did, the
hi,
Urban
Tasha.
Spiritual Journey. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up,
She said,
Tasha?
what's up,
Ask
everybody?
a question, Tasha. I'm the only
Yeah.
female on here.
Yo,
Yeah.
wait. You still live?
Yeah, we
he's
still live.
Thank God I figured that out.
I'm trying to
Because
get
you were about to talk. I said you were gonna wait until after we were finished to say what you wanted to say.
Yeah, we still live. We still live. Like I said, we got quite a few people in the that are viewing right now. If y'all can just hit the like button so we can get the views up with the likes, that would be great. If you're just coming in, if you're just coming in and you're on YouTube, hit the like button. If you're watching within our Facebook group, you can still like the video, but when you get a chance, go over to YouTube and hit the like button, because I know you can't really hit a like from our Facebook group, but we have a lot of people in our Facebook group that are actually watching.
Pot, you don't have any questions?
I guess really not too much.
Nah, he's a little private on these types of discussions. He's hit and miss. He's hit and miss. But
as soon as the show ends.
Yeah. So my thing is, I have a question for the panel, and as well as the chat. Anybody that's watching in the chat, sexual compatibility. How important is sexual compatibility when it comes to relationships?
Today, I don't think it matters.
You don't think sexual compatibility matters?
Because money is becoming more a part of our DNA. Like, not our DNA, but our conscious mind is just so stuck in money that wherever the money at, that's where the pleasure at. You know what I mean? So money is taking the place of everything. Money is the new religion, the new everything. If it ain't money, it ain't life. And that's how we're programmed to think now. You know what I mean? So no, you don't need anything. All you need is money, bro. And you got everything you want in life. Oh, everything
Jay,
you want.
What you think?
It's here.
For me, I think there has to be some sort of compatibility. It doesn't mean like you meet like there has to be some sort of compatibility because just because of how I am, like I'm a more touchy-feely, like emotional, like all of that. Like, so there has to be some sort of compatibility because I'm not just gonna be, it's all or nothing with me. It's all or nothing. Like, so
that's good for you from a woman perspective, but I mean from your personal perspective. But I know a lot of women can be in a long-term relationship as long as everything else is, to their advantage. A woman don't need to have good sex.
And I think the more we have these shows, I realize, like I always say, like I'm not like they don't make them like me anymore. Like, but I come to realize, like my opinion is not like the average, if that even makes sense, because like the whole catering thing and the whole like all of that, like I'm not maybe I'm more old school type of old
No,
school with a
that's
little
not a
new
that's
school
not an
type
old
of,
school.
you
No, that's
know,
not an old school thing.
something.
That's not an old
I don't
school thing.
know.
It has nothing to do with old school. I mean, I think just compatibility is in other words, if you're with someone who has a high sex drive and your sex drive is below theirs, it's only going to cause problems.
Not really. Because if
Okay.
you know that you're with somebody that has a high sex drive, then you rise and you meet that person where they are. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Explain that.
there
And
has to be
Tasha
some
said
sort of,
it's important but not major to be sexually compatible. She said it's important
In
but
this
it's not
world
major.
today, in this world today,
But explain to me how one person has a high sex drive, one doesn't, and you're gonna rise up to where they are.
oh my God, I'm speaking from my point. Because if I know my mate, you always use this example. And whenever you say it, I say to myself, like, yeah, just what's the big deal? Like, but you said, like, if a man's requirement is like head every morning.
Right. And you know this
What's
going into the situation.
and you know it going into the situation. So, like, what
Now,
are you gonna start doing that and then like stop doing it? Like,
some people do. Here's the thing. Some people want the prize so bad. They're willing to say, and here's where ego comes in versus you really being real with yourself. If you're really being brutally real with yourself, then it's okay to say, you know what? I can't meet that standard. I know I can't meet that standard. Let me walk away. The ego is like, I want the prize. I can do it. Start it. Don't
you
finish
can
it.
do it.
That happens a lot. That happens a lot.
That's not even to sound like I'm like this fantastic person. Guys, I'm not a fantastic person. I'm really not. However, like I can't relate because like I said, if I'm even mad, like, yeah, you'll get mad sex. You tap me on my shoulder, I might not look at you, but yeah, I'll toot it up for you and go to town, I guess.
But that boils down to you having a I hate to use this word, but I'm gonna use it, and an unconditional approach to your relationship.
Yeah, like with me, that's why I think I'm a different type of person. Like, y'all know I'm big on love and all of that stuff and the emotionals and the all of that stuff. So like for me, it's all or nothing. Like if I'm in, I'm in. Like that's why I like honesty and all of those things from gate, because when I'm in, I'm in. Like there's
so compatibility has to be
compatibility for me has to be a thing.
Okay,
Like
so
it has to be.
so
Because
going back to my
you don't get
question,
no out of me. But I do need, definitely it has to be some sort of something that
yeah. So
meshes.
going back to my question, sexual compatibility is important.
Yeah, for me it is.
No, I thought you
For
were
me
actually
personally,
disagreeing
it is
and saying
too.
No.
I mean,
For me
personally,
it is.
it is. But I'm just talking about. I'm always
But
like
said
going
for
with
other
the world.
women,
I'm just saying
like
with the
for
world.
a
I'm
lot
not
of
really
women.
saying
Yeah.
personally. So, but how the world works today, everybody mind is money 24/7. So money is a bigger high than connection and all that other shit. You know what I mean?
everything's for sale, basically.
Yeah, everything's for sale. Yeah, so it don't matter what you do. Money is God right now, and people finally made money God. Finally,
Right. Well, I mean, like I said, I think sexual compatibility is important. I think what you do sexually. Here's my take, and I say it again and again. Like we got to get to a space where when we start things, we need to be brutally honest about what we're signing up for. And I think that's where the shit gets fucked up because people just don't either know themselves. Big thing. A lot of people really don't know themselves.
I was just thinking that, like, people
But when
really
you
don't
do
know
not
themselves.
know yourself, you will have a tendency of getting engaged into shit, thinking with your ego self that you can do X, Y, and Z when really that's not you. And you don't even know that it's not you.
right?
You don't
usually learn
even
that when you get
know.
older.
You don't even
When
know
you,
that's not you, but you're having all types of issues, all types of challenges, and
so I
you're
never
operating
got
from the
married.
ego mind. And that's why I said, if you require as a man or woman, if you require head, couple times a week, there's nothing wrong with you putting that out there and allowing the person to say if they can sign up for that subscription or not.
But most of the time they do. Most of the time they look at it, but I can't do it. But I want to be with this person that, at the state, what they're feeling at that point in time. You know how people change their mind. Like, once you sign that contract, you locked in, dog. Like I said. Yeah. So it's like, it don't even matter. Like, if a person don't want to do this, do that. If they trying to get in that contract, then they're going to say whatever they could say to get in that contract. And you know what, too? Sometimes even in a relationship, when you with somebody, like, everybody puts on this front at the beginning. That's why it'd be so perfect. It'd be the greatest thing in the world. But then I say a year later, maybe a year and a half later, the truth come out on both sides. Everything stops. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it becomes chaos. You know what I mean? Because this person don't no longer want to play that part anymore, and the other person don't either. You know what I mean? So but most of the time, it's usually one person that don't want to play the part no more, to be honest with you. It's not always both people, but it's both people do it just in different elements of the relationship. You know what I mean? Like, one person might like to cook a lot and the other person might do this a lot. That was great. That made it perfect. But then that person stopped cooking a lot and the other person stopped doing that other part that was great. You know what I mean? So both people kind of turn once they get used to each other for a while, they go into their bad habits.
To a degree, I would agree with you, but I still believe that who you are is who you are. Just like Jay said,
right?
I'm touchy-feely, right? That's who she is. Regardless of who she meets and how they are, that doesn't change how she's going to respond as a person. She is who she is. So if you are a touchy-feely person, that doesn't mean that if a person is not touchy-feely with you, that you're going to equate that to you not being touchy-feely with them. If you're a mushy person, be you, regardless of who you're with. Be you. So it doesn't matter to me, to a degree. Whatever you step in that arena with, honestly, that's you. And a lot of people are not comfortable with really who they really are.
And I make that
that's
known.
True, but hold up, you gotta think about. All right, I got one thing to say though. But sometimes at the beginning of a relationship, you be so excited to do these things. See, that's the problem. It's like the level of excitement. You get so excited and you can maintain this act, and it's really not an act because it's really just because you're so excited. You know what I mean? Being excited is an act itself, but
I don't get excited about stuff like that.
Well, this is what I'm trying to say. For me, for instance, I'm gonna say about
past the excitement phase. We should go into a situation with a little bit more intellect and self. I'm
gonna say this.
If I would have saw you in New Jersey, I would have gave you a big hug.
because that's who she is. Regardless if you want to be an asshole, it doesn't matter. She's gonna
that's
be
what
who
I'm
she
saying.
is.
Yeah, so but to maintain that over a certain degree, that's what really happens. Is it's trying to maintain a certain act. Like, you don't have the excitement no more. So a lot of things that came with that excitement.
It wasn't real from the beginning.
She'll give me a hug. She's gonna give me a hug like every single fucking day, like that. Hey, you know what I mean? Like, eventually she like, hey, what's up? What's up? What up?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, what that's what we're talking about. But that's the same thing as a relationship. When you first meet somebody or in anything, you excited at the beginning.
If I would have saw you in New Jersey when I came, I would have gave you a big hug. And if I came 2 months later, you would have got the same thing. Like, hey!
but you're not giving that to me every day. What I'm trying to
every day. A relationship is different. I get what you're saying, but however, like, for me, the way I come in, you get what I'm telling you exactly what you'll get.
Right.
Like, and if
so for instance, with me, I'm gonna tell you what.
Wait, in there.
Pot, let her finish.
I thought something in there that I cannot meet. Like, if there's a requirement that you have, and it's like, oh, I ain't doing that, then I'm gonna make that clear from gate. Like, I don't know about that part. Like, it's on you if you decide that we, like, you know what I mean? And I'm not somebody to be in something and say no. Like, you'll never hear no from me. Like, you'll never, ever hear no from me. Unless it's some shit like, okay, we about to go rob a bank, or we're going to do, some wild shit. Then
something goofy.
some dumb shit, then yeah, you're gonna get no from me, and that's a whole maturity thing. However, you're not gonna hear me say, if you wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning because you want a cup of tea, like you're not gonna hear me like, oh boy, or like, no, I'm gonna get up and make you a cup of tea, like.
And I tell you,
like, and that's
but
just
that's
me.
knowing. That's knowing you. A lot of people do not know themselves, and that's the point I'm making. And you're really explaining people who are not whole.
Well, I'm about to say something. Well, when I'm gonna tell you what I usually, what my past experience, what I do, and I stopped doing it. And it's not the fact that it's them; it's just the fact that I can't maintain it. It's just like it's like it's like I can't. It's like I can't keep doing this shit. You know what I mean?
That means you fronting. That means you going into it with a false.
No. I'm gonna tell you what I do because it ain't nothing personal or anything. With my past experience, I was great at that. A real good full body massage, right? And I would give it every single night before we go to sleep. But the longer we got together, at the same amount of time, she'll be fucking crying for that massage. I'm like, hell no, man, fuck that shit. I'm going to sleep. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, but
that's different. That's different pot. But I get what you're saying.
I'm saying, but I spoiled that person with those full massages, dog. So it's like, and it took so much energy just to do them with my hands and everything else. You know what I mean? It took so much energy, dog, that I didn't have no more energy left. So I had to be like, every time, like, where's my massage? You ain't gonna do me no massage no more? I can't get a massage. Like, man, I'm going to sleep. Fuck that shit, yo. You know what I mean?
But check it out. But check it out, though. Let me add on to that. Let me put some clarity on that. Even if you stop doing that part, that should not be any type of slight on if that person really loves you or wants to be with you.
No, but I'm just saying, but it's how we that's how we stop doing things when it first start, when it all exciting.
That's
it's
fine.
Like we into things. It's like that's with everything. Like it comes.
Shit changes. Shit change. Nothing stays the same.
And some people,
but I don't know.
They may. But here's the thing, though. If you stop doing no massages and that person's starting to question if they even want to be with you or question your,
no, it wasn't that. It was just that I got aggravated.
Oh, well, that don't matter. That's some normal stuff. That's normal.
Yeah, but it's the same concept.
You have relationships where when you over time change things or evolve, people start to question if they even want to be with you or care about you because of those
exactly.
Things. That's
but
not
they're
real.
all important.
That's true.
That's not real.
That's all important though. Every little thing you do at the beginning in a relationship is what makes you gravitate towards a person even more and be with them when they stop doing certain things.
Remember when we had the discussion about your true essence and what you bring to the table? And it's nothing tangible. How you enhance another person's life. Yeah. Shit that you can't go out and purchase. It's your actual being. When you get into a relationship, regardless of what changes or ebbs and flows or what you did this week and what you didn't do last week, none of that shit matters when you actually have a true bond with somebody. They're not going to sit and question if they want. No, you're talking about your experiences. You're dealing with people who are not whole. That's what that is. You're dealing with people who are not whole. And then maybe there's some things within yourself that you're not truthful about. The bottom line is when you get with somebody that's truly devoted to you, not what the fuck you do for them, what you cook for them, where you take them and all this shit. No, your actual being, your essence. What's fucking with that?
I don't know, man. A lot of stuff
you ain't met that person yet, so we can't even have this discussion because you're still talking about shit that's gonna change and you didn't tie my shoe this week.
From experience, man, everything be great, but when a person stop, doing certain things, like I mean, there's people there's it's just like a level of
jump in here, help your brother out here.
I'm just telling you, man. People, I'm just kind of related to what people do in relationships. Like people have expectations of what they
only speak from your experience, Mister.
That's all. So you give them something, and now they're not getting it no more.
Out a relationship where, like, you have some people. It just depends on the person because I remember a relationship where.
And just to let y'all know, we getting a little flack from our sister station who is not pleased with our success at this time of the evening. But continue.
Who?
Read between the lines, man. Even she got it.
Go ahead.
So I remember because I'm so touchy and I'm always just
I'll tell
like,
you later,
just,
Pot.
you know, I just like touch. Even in conversation, I'm just like touching. Like, you my dude, I'm touching you. I don't care if I go to sleep, and I don't care if we're mad. Like a finger, a toe, a knee, something has to be connected to you. Like, yeah, and depending on how that is, like I might feel like I want to just be in your skin.
But do you turn that off for anybody?
Do I turn it off?
Yeah. Could you turn that off, or is
no,
that
it's
who
just,
you are?
It's just me.
Okay, that's what
Like,
that's the point I'm making.
And me,
That's
I
the
think
point.
for me, like as far as like what you get is in the beginning is what you get. Like I don't care if we're like 10, 20 years in and how fucked up things are. It's just what you get. Like if I'm laying your clothes out while you're in the shower or whatever the case is, or putting out your t-shirts and your boxers or whatever, that's what you're going to get. Like throughout.
You know why?
Why?
Because that's who you are.
Yeah, it's just me.
You're not doing that you're not faking.
I just like,
yeah, that's who you
my
are.
grandson the other day. I'm like, no, and then he's like, please, and I'm like,
yeah, but if you're saying that, then that means that everything you do is just who you are, though. You know what I mean? So, like, what's the big deal? Like, people still change even when they,
if my
still doing stuff.
You don't change who you are.
I'm terrible. I think.
No, I'm saying when they stop doing certain things.
I like enable maybe, or maybe I'm like, because if my children were still like in the house with me, I'd probably still be doing their laundry. I'd be cooking and giving them their food and just like cleaning their rooms and shit like that. Like, just.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Are you doing this just to get the brownie points to say you're a good mom, or is this who you are?
To them, I might be a shitty mom. I don't know.
Right, but we're talking about what you're doing. We're talking about what you are doing, not how they view you. We're talking about what you are doing.
It's just me. Like, it's just
exactly.
Me. Yeah, it's just me.
That means you know who you are, right?
Yeah.
So what you bring to the table is genuine because you are a whole person, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. What he is explaining is unwhole people.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
How is that unwhole people? Because when people do something, that might be just who they are, though. I mean, just like you saying, sometimes I can't say people do things, they just don't want to do it long. You know what I mean? It ain't like they trying to put on a front. It's just what they do.
That means they didn't want to do it to begin with.
Yeah, that's not a
no, that's not true because that's not true because now you going into what I was doing. I was doing it because I wanted to do it because I enjoy doing it. It's just that for that time of period, you know what I mean? Nigga, that's hard work. That's like lifting bricks off a fucking 24.
No. If you love somebody,
exactly. So you wasn't real with yourself when you said that.
So you tell me that I just should have never did it at all because something that I enjoy doing.
No, you chose to do it. What I'm saying is you didn't listen to what she said
to make it comfortable.
You did not listen to what she said. She does those things because that's who she are. She's not going to stop that for nobody.
I do my things because that's who I was. I stopped because I was tired, nigga.
No, you stopped doing that. You stopped doing that. Because I was
tired.
Okay, so why didn't you go back and start it back up?
Because it's hard work and I didn't want to do it no more.
No. You cannot bring in something being hard when you love doing it, Jay.
You know what happens?
It's something that you can't maintain. It's like playing football every day and your brother.
That's all. Be in the worst place in a relationship, and I'm not going to change what I like.
Thank you.
That I do.
Thank you. That's the only point I'm making.
So why did I do it then? You tell me.
I don't know why you did it.
I was enjoying doing it.
Or whether you appreciate it,
you can enjoy
something different. Because when two people are like off kilter or whatever have you,
right?
You might still do.
Wait a minute.
When two people are off kilter, you might still do the same things that you've been doing. Like, however, because there's a disconnect, the person receiving those things might not appreciate it, like to a degree where it's like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that you just stop like, oh, fuck him. Like, well, I'm not doing this no more or whatever. Like, it's just, that's just me. Like, if I'm washing your clothes all the time, I'm washing your clothes. If I'm rubbing your back every night before you go to sleep or rubbing your head or something like that, that's what it's going to be until we're like 100 years old. Like,
exactly, because that's who she is.
Not me, though. I'll do something.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you. He finally said it. He finally said it.
Yeah,
he finally said it.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, I'm just telling you. You said that they not lost.
No,
you said things to a point where I just don't want to do it no more. That's all.
You said it, Pot. You answered the question. We went all around Dick's hat band, only for you to say, "I don't like doing it."
That's not me. He said that.
Exactly. That's not me.
I just don't have the energy to do it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Man,
yeah,
it takes
so
maybe
because
you don't understand my work. You don't understand the work. It's like my work is just like how you doing a great haircut. It's how I do that whole thing, man. That thing takes like at least 40 minutes, dog. It takes hard work, dog.
Don't matter.
I can't do that every night.
Because
what I love to do, I'm doing.
Because that's not you to do it.
I'm doing too. Shit.
No, because that's not you to do it like every day, like how I'm structured or how I am. That might be something that you do occasional, like, or just like, all right,
I did it. I just did it when I had the energy.
You feel like it. Not like make it a chore.
Exactly.
Right.
That's a nice way of putting it, so he don't feel, rough. But the bottom line is,
when you feel like doing it, then
feel like doing it,
you're gonna put that time and that energy into it. Then you do it.
Let me tell you something.
But
we talked about head earlier, right?
A little different. Like
we talked about head earlier, right? Giving head, right?
Right.
When people go into that situation of giving head and they don't feel like doing it, versus the person who enjoys doing it, they're not going to put, well, I did it last week, or I did it yesterday, or I did it earlier at 1:00. None of that's going to come into play when you enjoy doing something at all.
I don't know, man. Because I still have my time where I didn't want to do that sometimes, dog. So it don't even. I can't even say that, dog. It's like sometimes
exactly.
You feel like it. It's not
exactly. You do it when you feel like it. That's
you
what
just make it understood that it's not. It's not something.
Yeah, I always do. All the time. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not a person that can keep repeating the same shit every. I mean, I could do it for a while, but I can't. It gets boring to me. It gets a little boring and corny to me, so I need to change up and do something new. I get bored fast. That's all.
You weren't on when I was talking about my friend. I have a friend of mine, and she hates giving head. She hates it. And what she does is she
bite and scratch.
I think she does it wrong on purpose sometimes.
As I said, bite and scratch.
For them to tell her to stop. She says it like she's like, I mean, I do it, but I hate it. Like I hate it. And I don't understand that. For me, I don't understand it because like I don't understand. But
I had a person like that.
You know why you don't understand it?
Because I say yes to everything.
No, you don't say yes to everything.
I'm putting that down. I'm writing that down.
You can't put that down because we're actually having a show about sex.
Yeah, anyway. I'm putting that down, though. I'm putting that down, though, on the list.
It's not that you say no to damn, I said it wrong. It's not that you say yes to everything. You just have how you are. You're subservient to whoever you're with.
Yeah, I am.
That's not a bad thing. That's how you're hardwired. There's nothing wrong with that. You have some people who are not hardwired that way. There's nothing wrong with that. So don't make excuses for who and what you are, is what I'm saying. You don't have to make excuses for that. Right. The bottom line is you admitting to who you are.
That's me.
A lot of people will not admit to who they are. They'll make excuses for who they are.
I still don't know who I am. I'm gonna be honest
like
with you.
Really bad. Like,
wait a minute. He just said something. Would you say that again, Pop? What'd you say?
I said, I'll be honest with you. I still don't know who the fuck I am. My journey is fucking way out there, bro. I still can't find my journey. So I'm not ashamed to say that.
Oh, okay. You're right. I concur. On that note, it's been a great show. But like I said, we're receiving a little flack from my sister station, I guess, for us being
sexual activity.
No, for being on the air and being very successful at what we do at this time of the evening. We'll talk about that more off air. If you are watching, please hit the like button.
I wish we
If
had
you're on YouTube.
questions.
No,
I'm the
we didn't
only
have
woman
any.
here.
We didn't have any questions. We had a lot of co-signing. Tasha, she fact a lot and
Oh, good.
So that's important, and I appreciate everybody that's
Tasha
tuned
needs
in.
to come back. Kim needs to come back.
Well, she'll be on the other one, the other show. They'll be on, so we definitely got that to look forward to that because that's going to be a really great show. But yeah, I'd like to thank everybody for coming and tuning in with us and sharing their time. She said the phone kept freezing every time she tried to say something. So,
damn.
Yeah. Technical difficulties, but as you know, our son Ra is doing a lot right now, so we having a lot of interferences with our electronical devices.
Yeah,
but it's for a good reason. We're getting some upgrades right now. But on that note, I would like to thank everybody for tuning in, showing up and showing out with us. Please like, subscribe, and share. I like to say a special thanks to my co-host, Sister J, and DCR for coming through. And we are POD Podcast, and we're here to do what we do. On that note, everybody be safe, peace, and we'll see you.